The 21st century is witnessing a fundamental shift. We are moving from a world defined by labor to a world dominated by consumption. For centuries, our identities were tied to our professions. We were farmers, blacksmiths, factory workers. Today, we are increasingly defined by what we buy, not how we earn. This shift is driven by technology. Automation is rapidly replacing human jobs from manufacturing to services. As machines become more efficient, human labor becomes less essential for production. This creates a paradox. How do we sustain an economic system where fewer people are needed to produce goods and services? The answer, it seems, lies in consumption. If machines are producing, humans must consume. Our role shifts from producers to purchasers, driving the economic engine through our desires and spending habits. This raises profound questions about the future of work, identity, and societal structures. Are we heading towards a world where our value is derived solely from our consumption patterns? If so, what are the implications for human purpose and social cohesion in an age of abundant production but uncertain roles? This consumer-centric model is already being embraced. Corporations, once focused on managing workforces, are now obsessed with understanding and manipulating consumer behavior. Data analytics, targeted advertising, and the constant pursuit of customer engagement all point towards this new reality. The rise of e-commerce has further accelerated this trend, blurring the lines between the physical and digital realms. Shopping is no longer confined to stores and working hours. It's a constant, pervasive activity woven into the fabric of our digital lives. This shift has profound implications for traditional power structures. As consumers become the primary drivers of the economy, their preferences and choices will shape the political and social landscape. Governments and corporations alike will need to cater to the demands of this new consumer class, potentially leading to a world where political power is increasingly influenced by purchasing power. This raises crucial questions about equality and representation. Will a consumer-driven society exacerbate existing inequalities, or will it create new opportunities for empowerment and participation? As we navigate this uncharted territory, understanding the dynamics of consumption and its impact on societal structures will be paramount. The rise of a consumer-centric world brings with it radical solutions to the challenges of mass unemployment. Two ideas gaining traction are universal basic income, or UBI, and population control. Both are intertwined with the concept of consumption as the driving force of the future. UBI, once a fringe idea, is now being seriously considered by governments and economists. The logic is simple. If machines take over jobs, a guaranteed income ensures people can still participate in the economy as consumers. It's a system where everyone receives a basic stipend, regardless of employment status, ensuring a baseline level of consumption. Population control, a more controversial topic, is also being discussed in the context of resource management and environmental sustainability. The argument goes that a smaller, more manageable population will be easier to provide for in a world of dwindling resources. This could manifest in various ways, from incentives for smaller families to advancements in reproductive technology that give individuals greater control over their fertility. Both UBI and population control raise ethical dilemmas. Is UBI a sustainable solution or a band-aid on a larger systemic issue? Does population control veer into dangerous territory of social engineering? These are questions with no easy answers, but they highlight the complex and often unsettling implications of a world increasingly defined by consumption. As the traditional world of work recedes, so too do traditional gender roles. The rise of the consumer society coincides with a significant shift in gender norms and identities. The binary understanding of male and female is being challenged, replaced by a more fluid and inclusive spectrum of gender expression. This evolution is reflected in language, with the increasing adoption of gender-neutral pronouns like they, them, alongside he, him, and she, her. This linguistic shift reflects a deeper societal change, a move away from rigid gender categories towards a more nuanced understanding of identity. This change has profound implications for the future of work and consumption. As gender roles become less defined, so too do traditional patterns of consumption. Products and marketing campaigns are increasingly moving away from gendered targeting, appealing instead to individual preferences and identities. This shift towards inclusivity and representation is not without its challenges. Resistance to change, particularly from those invested in traditional power structures, can lead to backlash and conflict. However, the momentum towards a more equitable and representative society reflected in the evolving landscape of gender identity appears to be unstoppable.